I want you to take a good look at this section of land here, right here. This little punch bowl here. It's a little depression. It goes down and there's a bunch of trees that go in there. And this land is owned by the county. There's private land and there's state land. Okay? And some of the land that's private land is actually leased to the state. And wow, it's the property around here. It's just intersect the boundaries over in this area here. However, this piece of land is the most mismanaged piece of land in our county. Let me explain to you why. We have people that come in this area over here, all throughout the area. It's vast, okay? It's much more, people don't go through here. The sheriff's department doesn't normally go through here, and neither do the state park rangers, because there's poison ivy. It's a hassle to get through here. And even with horses, there's only a few trails you can go through with horses. So people that are not familiar or orientated to this property, and it's very, very, very confusing, because remember, it's in the dunes. So the sands shift, and over time, the trails change, and it's just a very confusing place to navigate when you're actually on the ground. From a map, looking down on a map, no, it's easy. But when you actually navigate through this place on the ground, on foot, you can get lost in here pretty easily if you don't know what you're doing. The problem we have here is this place here, this section of land here, is a haven for criminals. Criminals that are dealing drugs. They actually deal drugs out here, heroin and methamphetamines. They actually produce methamphetamines out here using certain methods. And people come here in the summer from all over, the same people over and over again. And these people, these caravans of roving bandits, come and rob our houses that are over here. You see over here? All those houses on the strand over there, and then on the other side of this hill over here, this property right here is private property, and then the small village of Oceano is on the other side. Now this property right here is the Guyton estate, okay, and it abuts the sanitation plant, which is just before those houses. If you see those houses, so they're probably about a half mile closer, okay. So the sanitation plant is there. So there's access to the sanitation plant, which gives access, and there's also a levee, a county maintained levee, which is the Arroyo Grande Creek, which runs into the ocean. So they have plenty of access points to get in here, but once you start walking through here, it can get pretty confusing. And at nighttime, you don't even want to come through here. Well, over the years, many of the residents use the levee from Oceano to access the beach, okay? And that worked out really well. Well, over the past few years, it's become too dangerous to walk down the levee. And mind you, a lot of people, especially me, I bought my house 4.5 years ago. I assumed I could walk down a public right-of-way to the beach. That's why I purchased a home here. And a lot of other people that have lived here for years are pretty upset too, because it is so dangerous. You get accosted, you get mugged. There are just people that are not from here, and it's very dangerous. So this place here is just a haven for criminals, okay? This whole area. And so what I want to do is open up a dog park, because the Oceano is the only community along the Central Coast here without a dog park. And everybody knows this, and they don't allow us to run our dogs off the leash on the beach. And a lot of large breed dogs, like my Daisy right there, we need area to run, because our yard is only so big. And look how much she loves it out here. Look at this. Look at that. Look at her wagging her tail. Daisy, do you love it out here? Huh? Look at her. She loves it out here. So this depression right in here, just right past this ridge line right here, there's a depression that goes down there. There's no nesting of snowy plovers. There's no wildlife. It's just scrub bushes and stuff down there. That would be a perfect place to open up a dog park. All we need is probably a couple, porta-johns and a few picnic tables to sit like they do, and that's it. We don't even need water out here. People will bring their own water, and we can walk like everybody used to every morning. A lot of elderly people like to walk to the beach, they could bring their little dogs here, and this would be a place that we could gather every day. We don't even have a coffee shop here in Oceano, so this would double as a gathering place for our community, really. And it's an open area where dogs can run free, which they should. And it gives presence. It's a better land use, because I'm going to go down there tomorrow. I'm not going to post the video that I just filmed. Why? Because I got some people's faces on there. And those people are homeless people. And I don't have their permission to put it on YouTube. So I didn't ask them for permission. But I went down there and I kindly asked them to leave, because this is private property and the owner asked me to do that. Now, these people have been living here on and off for years, and they're going to go spread the word and tell everybody else. If you see this whole vast area, they're all leaving. They have to, because we're going to make them eventually. So, to avoid the ecological disaster from people defecating, there are such huge piles of trash. I'll go down there tomorrow when they've vacated the place and show you how much trash is down there. They cut down trees for firewood. They make methamphetamines down there. God knows if it's toxic chemicals down there, okay? They deal drugs out there. There's needles from heroin all over this place. Do you understand what I'm talking about now? So the problem is, this is a haven for criminals, so they live here, and then they go into Oceano proper and rob us, or mug us, or deal drugs to our kids, or our parents, or our grandparents, because a lot of people that live in houses there are hooked on heroin. So if we can clean out this area, we can clean out an element that needs to go. It is a poorly managed piece of property, and I think the Sheriff Ian Parkinson should get involved, because he's in charge of public safety of this county. So should the park services, and so should the landowners. We need to get these people out of here, because they are wreaking havoc on our community. And once you get a presence out here, you have a proper land usage, a better land usage, where you draw a legal activity, where you have local residents from the community, as well as people that are recreating here on the Oceano Dunes that are camping overnight. They can bring their dogs over here too and run them, because they can't run their dogs on the beach. I mean, that would be a win-win situation for the Park Service and our community. To have an open area where dogs could run free on the beach, then you have a presence out here. So people coming over to the dunes, walking down the Arroyo Grande levee to come here from the Oceano, they have to cut across some trails to get here, and you have a presence of people. Once you have a presence of people, people will not camp out here illegally. No, because then they're highly visible, and these people are trying to be highly invisible. Do you understand? So I think this is the best land usage. I mean, over by this tree, there's hardened criminals living over there. Hopefully they'll be leaving. I didn't ask them to leave, because we'll let the sheriff do that. So anyway, there we go. This is what I propose to do. This is the best place for this Dunite Dog Park, is right here in this open area. Let me walk down to it so you can see it. Okay. And let me also show you, while walking up this hill, why we want to get rid of these people. Okay. Everywhere you go, you look, there's trash. Daisy, no. As I was walking up this hill, I noticed just shards of glass from 40-ounce bottles. Where were they? Oh, who cares? They're everywhere. I'll find one walking back down, I'm certain of it. But this right over this ridgeline, it's only a few acres. It's not even that big of a space, really. But it's a perfect size. Look at this. Look how, I mean, look at this. And then our community can get some exercise too, walking out here. That's the whole reason why I got a dog and moved close to the beach, so I can walk. I'm not going to be walking much longer, so see, there's trash everywhere. This is from people living out here, see? They just throw their clothes. Once they're done with them, they just throw them. So this area right here, you see the depression that goes down? I would say it's about no more than 5 acres. 10 acres would be good. This sand dune here would be good too. If the state park gave us that too, that'd be great. 20 acres. Hell, there's no snowy plovers nesting over here, so it's a perfect area to do it. So, yeah, if you can see, it's just full of weeds and scrub brush. There's nothing fancy about this. So this would be a great area. and all these weeds and all this that are here, eventually they would be run over by dogs, and this would be a nice open area. You see, you can come in from the beach down here. There's a trail that actually comes to the beach to this area. There's a trail that comes from the mobile home park up here, the RV park. There's an RV park right here. I believe it's called Oceano, the Dunes something RV park. It's off at 22nd and Silver Spur. It's right up here. And then that's private land right on the other side of that tree. So this is a perfect area. This, I believe, is both private and public land, and I'm quite certain the owner wouldn't have a problem with a dog park here either. So there we go. No, Daisy, you see the horses? They come out here too. Horses right out here. So go infantry or go home.